So what we have here is The Rona, a photo series by Miss Franzese. We start at week 1. "Hey, Curly, when are we going back to school?" "I don't know, Miss Franzese. Maybe in 2 weeks." 2 weeks? 1 week later. "Hey, Curly, when are we going back to school?" "I don't know, Miss Franzese. 2 weeks." "Huh, man, didn't you just tell me 2 weeks? Shouldn't you be saying 1 week now, Mr. Curly?" "Hey, Curly, are we going back yet?" Miss Franzese, I think we may have to prepare ourselves for not going back at all this school year." "Say what? Like, at all?" "Hey, Curly, any news on going back?" "So Baker's giving his speech." "Oh, word? All right, let me go put that on." Why did I put that on? I knew what he was going to say. Why did I put that on? Blue, why did we put that press conference on? Real talk. Not even for the month of June, Curly. We could do a lot of things in June. We can end the year strong. No, Miss Franzese, not even for the month of June. Well, the only person happy to hear this news was this dopey cat. Well, I'm not sure if she thinks if I'm a cat or if she's a human. The jury's out. But either way, she's confused. And it's partially my fault because I love this little dopey beast of a cat. But that is when Battle of the Jungle quickly commenced, where my cat thought that each and every day she would hide in my plants and I wouldn't notice her. And I would have to yell, "Blue, get out of my plants." As the weeks went on, she got wise. "I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I'm still not touching it. I'm not touching your plants. Look, I'm nowhere near your plants." But every single cat person out there knows that as soon as that sun left, she was right in my plants again. Not only was Blue a jungle master, but she was also a remote learning all-star. Every night, she would check our agenda for the morning. Every morning, she would wait patiently for our Zoom meetings to start. The minute she started, she photobombed every one of them. Occasionally, she sat in my lap and looked at me and gave me that very confused look. Am I a human or are you a cat? Again, the jury is still out. And then the question started. "Hey, Miss Francis, will you do a video for this Friday?" Implying only one time. "Of course I will, Mr. Curly. I'll do a video for you. Just tell me what needs to be done." "Good morning, Miss Francis. What's your ETA?" "I'm at Orient Heights. I'll be right there." "Pulling into the staff parking lot. See you in 2. I'm at Starbucks. Do you want anything?" Notice how the actual expression and the words that came out of my mouth never matched. "Hey, Miss Franzese, don't forget blank," was met with one of 2 responses. "Ooh, I forgot that, Mr. Curly, but I'm gonna go do it right now." Or, "Of course I did it, Mr. Curly. It's taken care of. Don't worry about it." "Hey, Miss Francis, don't forget 8:15 meeting." Live footage of Miss Francis at 8:14. Live footage of Miss Francis at 8:14. Live footage of Miss Francis at 8:14. "I'll be there, Mr. Curly, 8:15. Hey, Miss Franzese, did we remember to take notes during today's meeting? Hmm, I don't know, Mr. Curly. Yeah, I think I got today's notes for today's meeting. You don't need to worry about them. Hey, can you read over this doc real quick? Of course I can. Send it over. 5 minutes later. Where's this doc? 10 minutes later. Okay, I know, like, I have no place to be, but where is this doc? Hey, Curly, how about that doc? I forgot to send it. Sending it now. Great. Can't wait to read it. But the corona really wasn't all about schoolwork and making faces at Mr. Curly. I had to learn new things because Starbucks was closed. So I had to learn how to make my own lattes. And some of them were better than others. But if we look at that one in the middle, my caffeination pose cup, look how perfect that froth is, that my spoon is standing upright. That one's a masterpiece, if you ask me. Learned some other things that alliums in the right weather will grow within a week because I went every day to Boston Common to check on them like they were my babies, my plant babies that my cat could not attack. And look at how beautiful they were. I also saw new things on this Corona experience, like, for example, the head of the Charles. Oh, that's a real place. Who knew? And an empty Faneuil Hall. I've never seen Faneuil Hall empty. And also an empty Tremont Street. Never seen an empty Tremont Street. And an empty Boston Garden. Never saw that. But I also found that you can take your bike and ride it under 93. I don't recommend it, but I did find out that it could happen. You could also take your bike and ride it under the Zakim Bridge. Also, another thing I don't recommend, but it was a new thing I learned. And somewhere along the way, I saw a tweet that said, and challenged, it was actually a challenge for everyone to go back into their camera roll and find the picture that was pre corona, pre the new normal, pre the lockdown, pre the pandemic. And this was the picture that was in my camera roll. And this is exactly how I want to remember 2020.